What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome back to another episode of my Path to Power. Before we get into the episode, though, if you guys are looking to purchase some MSN or PSN codes, make sure to check out thegamekeys.co.uk. If you guys are looking for some FIFA coins, make sure to check out justfifacoins.com for instant delivery. Their links will, of course, be in the description down below. Now on to the episode, and this guy had a ridiculous looking 4-1-2-1-2 side, and I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. That is there's a lot of Bayern in there. And when you see a lot of Bayern, you get a little bit scared on Ultimate Team. Don't kid yourself. I know you do it as well. And I was hoping just to keep possession of the ball, because if he doesn't have it, he can't really have a chance to score on me with that side. And I've actually started to figure out how to play a bit of a possession game. Now, I am guilty, as I'm sure many of you guys are, or maybe some of you guys are all pretty good players, of hitting LBA a little bit too much. And if you don't know what LBA is, it is you send your player on a run as soon as they make a pass, and they start darting straight towards goal as fast as they can. And it's a great mechanic to play 1-2 or 1-2 chip through balls, and get your player behind the defense. However, if you use it far too often in your midfield, you have players bombing forward and nobody to cover your back line, getting counterattacked over and over and over again, and get yourself in a good bit of trouble. And that's a little LBA right there. And Lacazette, the man that should get an inform card tomorrow, manages to bury one with his left foot. Too much pace, runs right past the keeper, and gives us a 2-0 lead. So I would encourage you guys, if you're struggling defensively, take LBA out of your game. Only do LBA passes if you can get a striker on goal. So try to limit yourself to using it with strikers and maybe wingers on occasion. But that match wins us the title, and thank goodness we're out of this freaking league. And you can see I was doing some work building a new squad. And I promised a new squad. I went back to the Serie A. Why? Because of the man Barzagli. I mentioned him in a previous episode, and I wanted him in my club pretty darn badly because I think that he is just a fantastic center back on this game. The low-high work rates, decent pace, and really, really nice defending. So I just think, he's a player that I really wanted to get in my club. And right there, I'm just checking buy nows. Okay, 6,000 coins buy now. If I can pick one up for less than that on an open bid, I should be a pretty happy guy and get some decent players into the club. And we are going back to Serie A. But I think I'm going to eventually transform this squad into a hybrid. But I wanted to get some games in with this Serie A squad first, and try a few new players, because I've got some coins now, and especially with the sale of Cavani, we're getting up to a nice little coin total. And I started browsing, and I thought, hey, there's some good players that I didn't really touch in the Serie A before. So Pirlo, Daniele De Rossi, Higuain. I would love to get Mertens, but he's pretty freaking expensive, and that's because he's ridiculously good. Gigi Buffon. I don't think I go for Chiellini. And in one of these episodes, you guys need to remind me to go back through and show you exactly what I paid for each of these guys, because I haven't been doing a very good job of it. And I'm just going through searching, and you can see I tried to buy that Giuseppe Rossi for 1,400. I was not quick enough, and I probably wasn't quick enough talking about it because I'm on super speed trade mode, build a squad mode, is what's going on right there. I also picked up Cerci. Even though he is not a Serie A player, he is still Italian, and I can fit him into this squad. I'm also using Lichtsteiner and Asamoah as my outside backs. Now, they're going to be on 5 chem, and my understanding of the way chemistry works is that I think it's 5 chem, it gives them the default stats on their card, and anything above 5 chem only proves to increase their stats up to a max total of 99. So having Ronaldo at left forward will still give him, or left forward on 5 chem, still gives him the default stats on his card, which are ridiculous. And if you get him on 10 chem, then his stats just go up to 99, but that is, it's not that, because he can't go up anymore, it's not that massive of a thing. So realistically, you can play players out of position or insert random players into your ultimate team, and chances are it might work out okay. It's not going to work out the best, because if you're playing against a guy on 10 chem, then they're going to have the boosts. But using these guys on 5 chem at outside back actually works really well. One of the great parts about the system that Juventus plays in that 3-5-2 is they have very good defensive midfielders in Asamoah and Lichtsteiner that have nice defensive stats on FIFA. So if for whatever reason they manage to ever get an inform card as a right back or left back or right back respectively, they're going to be pretty darn good players. And I was waiting for an MNEK squad to come up against. Luckily for me, he's using just a pure Turkcell, was it Super League side? I don't know if it's Turkcell anymore, but it's a Super League side, and Gianfico is freaking fast. He's like really, really fast, and that is a goal practically off of kickoff, 1 minute, 35 seconds in the game, whatever it was. And things are looking pretty good. And I will say this team is much, much better than that French League One side. Having Daniele De Rossi makes a massive difference, as does Pirlo, who's got low medium work rates. Now, low medium, or I'm almost positive it's low medium, meaning that he doesn't really get into the attack. He's comfortable to kind of hang back, and he will track back some defensively. Daniele De Rossi, medium high, brilliant for a CDM. And also, having Gonzalo Higuain in this squad is a massive lift. He is really, really good on this game. Little fortunate there with that volley, but still a pretty well hit strike. I think that's Insigne that managed to knock that one past the keeper with his weaker foot, and I will take that. But Higuain is one of the best strikers or one of the most complete feeling strikers that I've used so far on Ultimate Team. And I definitely would consider making a bit of a hybrid around him coming up here, because there are just lots of options. Or helping him stay in the hybrid, and you've got Pirlo and De Rossi. The 4-2-2 is great for creating hybrids because you can essentially split the team right down the middle, and you should be good to go. I managed to score another goal. I did not manage to defend my 2-0 lead for very long, and this is what looks to be a very, very high scoring outing with 3 goals in the first 20 minutes of the match. And now we're just 12 minutes later, and we are on the prowl, on the attack again. And Gianfico plays a wonderful pass to Insigne. Insigne gonna skip on free, find Higuain, easy free turn, and clinical finish into the bottom corner. That's when you get into spots like that, just use finesse. I would encourage you just use finesse. It really, really makes a difference and helps out a lot in the box. Sometimes I'm like, what? You should just blast it into the bottom corner, just tap that B button. It's going to be a power strike into the bottom. And for whatever reason, on FIFA this year, finessing in the box is a very, very good thing. He does manage to pull one back right here. Demba Ba's strength, too much for Cáceres, who is kind of a sketchy center back on this game. He is not my favorite. Even though he's got wonderful pace, and which can really, really help you out, he is by far not my favorite center back to use. So when I do decide to go with a hybrid with this team, he will probably be the first one to be out of the lineup. Poor guy. Anyways, guys, we're going to come to a close of this episode here. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I will be back with another episode of my Path to Power tomorrow. I will say I am moving later on this week, and so some uploads might be a little bit sketchy in terms of times or when they go up. But thank you guys for sticking with me. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.